A boat sinks in the waters of the southeast. Don't give it a thought, as it's in a faraway place south of the China Sea. Men, women, children, young and old, drown right under our very gaze. Lost in the ocean, dead with their past, lost without a trace. This could never happen near our shores, as we go about our almost meaningless daily chores. Not long before the hungry and oppressed take to the waters of the Med. If we were faced with the same, perhaps we too would have up sticks and fled. Ordinary people fleeing from a place war-torn, from Middle Eastern cities where hopes are faded and forlorn. They've been labelled as economic migrants, as the West continue to ignore and show little tolerance. Syrians evading the oppression of the Assad regime. Bangladeshis sell the family silverware to fulfill their dream. Afghanis under a threat of yet another invasion. Escaping gun-carrying invaders of who knows what persuasion. Wahhabis, Sunni, Shia, Muslim, Hindus they may be. Those fleeing a war zone, the UN classes them as refugees. Why they're being referred to as economic migrants? Is it to ease our conscience or to divert from those that in horror rant? Into the shores of Greece the refugees arrive, after a long journey across the waters for those that survive. May be picked up by the patrolling European ships assigned, or rowing the rubber boats all the way to the Greek sandy shoreline. Exhausted by the crossing, they give thanks to their gods for good fortune, falling into the arms of waiting doctors and nurses, momentarily putting aside thoughts of what lays ahead. Those who arrived on earlier rubber dinghies are now many miles away in their European countries, walking for mile upon mile, stopping near unfamiliar villages to rest up and sleep for a short while, crossing borders towards northern Europe, part of the way on buses and trains, passing through Serbia, Hungary, Croatia, Slovenia, through sunshine, the dark and rain. Rumours spread of some countries closing their borders. Razor wires strung across previously unmarked boundaries, reneging on a Schengen agreement. Politicians retreat on this, arguing that it was not intended for mass migration. Vast number of these refugees are spread in Europe's south and centre, all the while vowing to reach their destination north, preferably at a canter. Nations wanting to rid supply buses and trains, only to find that the next host nation wants them gone. Refusing to recognise the anguish of these refugees and their pain. Some have money to buy travel tickets for journeys onward, but the processing and assistance is far too cumbersome, tiring and very deliberately lacking. The angel that is Merkel will take in 1 million, whilst others wait for their targets to be announced by the EEC president. Tempers amongst the refugees have soared. The long and arduous journey has taken its toll and added to the discord. Fighting amongst themselves looks ugly. The media reports, and for how long, truthfully. Surely these are human beings deserving of our support. Let us unite and welcome them into our ports.